The obstacle in the path becomes the path. Never forget, within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. This is a modern restating of an ancient Stoic idea, and it pushes back against our most basic instinct. Our instinct when we hit a wall is to find a way around it. We see an obstacle as a deviation, a frustrating detour from our intended course. The goal is to get back to the real path as quickly as possible. But this quote suggests a radical alternative, that the wall itself, the problem, the crisis, the thing that is stopping you dead in your tracks, is not a detour, it is the path. The material of the obstacle is the raw material for the solution. I want to take you to London in the summer of 1858. It was a city at the height of its imperial power, the richest and most advanced metropolis on earth. But it was also suffocating under a crisis so overwhelming it was given a name, the Great Stink. The River Thames, the city's ancient heart, had become a vast open sewer. For centuries London had dumped its waste directly into the river, and now, after a hot, dry summer, the river had stopped flowing. It was a thick, brown, fermenting soup of human and industrial waste, baking in the sun. The smell was indescribable, a toxic gag-inducing miasma that permeated every corner of the city. Parliament was forced to drape its curtains in chloride of lime just to conduct business. It wasn't just a smell, it was a public health emergency. Cholera epidemics were sweeping through the city, killing tens of thousands. The leading scientific theory of the day, the miasma theory, held that the disease was spread by the foul air itself. The obstacle was absolute. The very river that had made London great was now threatening to destroy it. The initial response was exactly what you'd expect, a superficial attempt to get around the problem. Politicians debated fleeing the city. They tried to mask the smell. They were looking for a detour, a way to get back to business as usual. But one man understood that business as usual was the problem. His name was Joseph Bazalgette. He was a civil engineer, a man of systems and structures. And when he looked at the stinking river, he didn't just see a nuisance. He saw a design flaw. He saw that the obstacle wasn't the smell, it was the city's fundamental relationship with its own waste. The obstacle was the path forward. His solution was not a detour, it was a transformation. He proposed a plan of breathtaking audacity to build a brand new hidden river underneath the city. He designed and oversaw the construction of over 1,100 miles of interconnected sewers, a vast subterranean network of brick tunnels that would intercept the waste before it ever reached the Thames and carry it miles downstream to be released into the sea on the ebb tide. This wasn't a quick fix. It was a generational project. It required digging up virtually every street in London. It was messy, expensive, and incredibly difficult. Bazalgette didn't just solve the immediate problem, he built for the future. He famously calculated the pipe diameter needed for the population at the time and said, "Well, we're only going to do this once, so let's double it." He future-proofed the city for a century. The result? The Great Stink vanished. But more importantly, the cholera epidemics, which had plagued London for decades, stopped almost overnight. Bazalgette's system, by removing the source of the bacteria, had solved a medical mystery without even knowing the true cause. And the path that the obstacle created was literal. The construction of the main interceptor sewer along the riverbank allowed for the creation of the Victoria Embankment, a major new road, public space, and home for the city's new underground railway. The solution to the crisis fundamentally and beautifully reshaped the city for the better. Bazalgette didn't defeat the obstacle, he inverted it. He took the city's greatest liability, its sewage, and used it as the blueprint for its greatest leap forward in public health and civic engineering. This story forces us to look at the crises we face, whether personal or collective, the intractable problem at work, the systemic failure we keep trying to patch over. Our instinct is to find a quick fix, to get back to the normal path. But what if the point isn't to get back? What if the breakdown, the mess, the stink, is not the interruption to our story, but the beginning of a new one? What if the obstacle is not in the way, but is the way?